Hello. So today I'm going to talk about the MD courses in homeopathy. So when homeopathy started in India, it was like people read books of homeopathy and practiced homeopathy. So there were homeopaths in the villages, in the cities, who had so much of curiosity and interest in homeopathy. They studied the books and they prescribed the remedies. Sometimes they had the medicines with them. They imported the medicines and they used to give the homeopathic medicines to the patients, and it cured so many diseases at that local level that people trusted homeopathy, and they used to go to these home prescribers and get treated for various kinds of diseases, and it gave beautiful results. And that is when the government observed and legalized homeopathy. So first, when homeopathy started, it started as the licentiate degree. It started as LCEH, and uh, this is it was a licentiate, where during that time the LCEH passed doctors. They used to practice both homeopathy and allopathy, and slowly that LCEH converted to DHMS, that is Diploma in Homeopathic Medicine and Surgery, and then it was considered that these doctors will practice only homeopathy. So people who had passed DHMS during that time practiced strictly homeopathy. After that, DHMS converted to BHMS, that is Bachelor's in Homeopathy, Homeopathic Medicine and Surgery. And the DHMS students, BHMS students, or else the LCH students, all these students, the doctors, were taught all the curriculum which is taught in the MBBS curriculum, except for the pharmacology. Even though pharmacology, to an extent, when we were taught about the diseases in gynecology and about in the surgery, some of the antibiotic treatments or whatever surgeries, all these were also taught to us in theory format. Also, in the internships, we were made to observe and assist the gynecology or obstetrics or the surgeries also. So formally, a training was given during the internship, and this was 1 year internship. So today's topic is like how the MD started in India. So after BHMS comes MD, that is a postgraduate course. So the government felt, the universities felt the need for post graduation in homeopathy. So they introduced MD. So before introducing MD, they also thought that when we are going to start the MD course, we'll require those teachers who will teach these MD students, right? So there were no MD teachers who would teach the postgraduate students. So it is very it doesn't look good when the bachelor students, graduate students teach, the graduate doctors teach the MD students. So they started this MD course. So how the MD course started? It started off as external MD. Now, those doctors who are already practicing or already teaching in the medical colleges, who are all BHMS graduates and DHMS graduates. I myself am a DHMS graduate, and we had been taught everything which is taught in BHMS. Okay, only the degree certificate changed, but the curriculum was, everything was same. So this external MD started, and it's called as Doctor of Medicine in Homeopathy, MD Homeopathy. And there were different faculties, like in MD Homeopathy there is the repertory, MD Homeopathy repertory, and there is the MD Homeopathy Medicine, then MD Homeopathy Pediatrics, MD Homeopathy Skin, So there are different specialist courses under this. So this external course was introduced in India in 1989. So just rather starting in one single state, it was introduced at a national level under the Central Council of Homeopathy. So it is done after the graduate course, that is the BHMS or DHMS. So the regulations were CCH regulations 1989, and it applied across all the participating states at the same time. So those states with heavily developed homeopathic infrastructure, especially in Maharashtra and West Bengal, these were the two primary regions that immediately implemented these courses and popularized that. Okay, and through their local medical college associations. Now, this 2-year external MD course, it's a 2-year external MD course. So, this alongside with the 3-year PG course, MD course was also introduced. So, there are simultaneously two courses running, 2-year course and 3-year PG course. So, this 2-year course was meant for the teachers who were already teaching in the medical colleges, right? So this 2-year course was done by these teachers part-time, okay, while teaching in the colleges, because they had enough experience in the colleges and they had a good practice experience, they had a good administrative experience, all these, okay, and they had to do this 2-year external course. And after passing that exam, they were eligible to teach in the colleges. So many of the staff who had completed this 2-year external MD course, I know. Okay, I was also teaching in the medical college, and during that time when I asked that should I do this MD course, is it necessary for me, and I was said that you have already become a professor and you are teaching in a anatomy department, and there is no need for you to do the PG course, the external MD course. I said okay. So because the clinical experience was enough for me to practice, the professional experience was enough for me to teach anatomy in the medical college. So there was no necessity for me to do the external MD course. So those who all have done the MD course are now eligible for practicing in the medical colleges, for teaching in the medical colleges. Even I am eligible. But recently, when the rules changed, the NET, the National Teachers Exam, was introduced recently, and in that the only the MD, those who have passed MD are eligible for teaching in the colleges. Okay, I had resigned already in the 2020 year, and I felt no need for teaching in the colleges anymore, and I have my own independent practice and I'm doing well. Okay, that's not the question, but the way people are approaching me, they are approaching me in the way that they say, see, we want to keep you as a teaching faculty in our college, you are only DHMS, so it will be beneficial for you. Okay, it will be beneficial for you to continue teaching in the medical college, and it is very prestigious. Of course it is prestigious teaching in a medical college, but don't give the pretext of DHMS, because I am equally eligible and equally qualified to teach anatomy in the medical college. Okay, and don't show carrots. I know DHMS on the pretext of calling me DHMS and calling me to teach in the medical college and offer me a seat, offer me a position in the medical college. It doesn't give you a right to diminish somebody's qualifications. Okay, so this is why I started this conversation here. So people, the organizations are calling me, offering me position in the medical college, asking me to come for a very meager amount of salary, and that is the main reason they want me to come. They are thinking that I may just accept that salary and accept the position in the medical college. So that's not the issue. I know the tactics people do to retain the professors in the college. Okay, and I'm not falling into this trap anymore. Okay, and I also request and warn all the people who are going into teaching positions, understand your value when you are teaching at a medical college. Okay, so don't don't just accept the offers which are being given to you on the pretext of these things. Okay, they will uh, spoil your name. They will just treat you as if you are very low, and that's not the type of thing which we deserve, right, as teachers. So understand this, and then think of teaching in a medical college. So there are many good medical colleges as well. I don't want to defame any college or anything, but this is what is happening, and it's very sad to know. It's not only in homeopathy but also in other faculties. Now let me say about the MBBS colleges. There are such things happening in MBBS colleges also. Teaching faculty is suffering a lot. The doctors are suffering a lot. Okay, in the same way, when the bachelor in engineering started in India, that also started as diploma courses and certificate courses or fellowship courses. Later on, it converted into the bachelor of engineering, MTech, BTech, and all these things. So the education is progressing in India. It doesn't mean those who have passed the licentiate course in so and so 1830s and 1840s, that doesn't mean that they don't have enough knowledge. Now many of them are directors in big companies. They have started their own ventures. Okay, so don't ever assume people's knowledge according to their qualifications and degrees, right? So this is what I wanted to tell all of the people who are just crazy about degrees and whatever they are doing to get these qualifications, right? So this is for today.